get started with some chanting. Yoganandaji used to say chanting is half the battle, meaning half the battle on the spiritual path. So why don't we get started on our journey for joy with some chanting? I would encourage you, most of the chants are very simple, they have very few words. So I would encourage you to sing along, and because it's not a performance, we are doing it together. So let's get started. This one, I'll just say the words. It's Om Namo Narayana. And then we'll have a guitar soon, and then we'll have an accompaniment, and we'll have more chanting then. Om Namo Narayana, 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 Om Namo Narayana. Om Namo Narayana, Om Namo Narayana, Om Namo Narayana, Om Namo Narayana. The next chant which we'll be singing is Lord, I am thine, I am thine, be thou mine, be thou mine. And we switch back and forth between Hindi and English. So the words in Hindi are Prabhu मैं तुम्हारा, मैं तुम्हारा, मैं तुम्हारा. हो जाओ मेरे, प्रभु मैं तुम्हारा, मैं तुम्हारा. And I would request all our friends in the back, you can also come forward, sit ahead, and we're just starting. Lord, I am thine, I am thine, I am thine. Lord, I am thine, I am thine. Lord, I am thine, I am thine, I am thine. Lord, I am thine, I am thine. Be thou mine, oh,
తెలుగులో ఆనందం ఆనందం నిత్య నూతన ఆనందం. Joy, 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 ever new. Joy, 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 ever new. Joy, 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 joy. Joy, 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 ever new. Joy, 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 ever new. Joy, 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 ever new. Joy, 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 ever new. Joy, 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 ever new. Joy, 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 ever new. Joy, 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 ever new. Joy, 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 ever new. Joy, 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 ever new. Joy, 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 ever new. Joy, ఆనందం ఆనందం నిత్య నూతన 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 joy, 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 ever new. Joy, 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 ever new. Joy, 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 ever new. Joy, 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 ever new. Joy, 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 ever new. Joy, 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 ever new. Joy, 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 ever new. Joy, 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 ever new. Joy, 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 ever new. Joy, 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 ever new. Joy, 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 ever new. Joy, 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 ever new. Joy, 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 ever new. Joy, 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 ever new.
The words to this chant are also again very simple, very uplifting. Nothing on earth can hold me. Rise, O my soul, in freedom. We don't want to let these words slip by. Please sing with me, with power, with affirmation. And the words, like I said, you can listen to me a couple of times in the beginning, but then after that, sing along, clap along, and sing with joy also. Nothing on earth can hold me. Rise, my soul in freedom. Nothing on earth can hold me. Rise, my soul in freedom. Rise, oh my soul in freedom. Nothing to fear anymore. Rise, oh my soul in freedom. Nothing to fear anymore. Nothing on earth can hold me. Rise, my soul in freedom. Nothing on earth can hold me. Rise, my soul in freedom. Rise, oh my soul in freedom. Nothing to fear anymore. Rise, oh my soul in freedom. Nothing to fear anymore. Nothing on earth can hold me. Rise, my soul in freedom. Nothing on earth can hold me. Rise, my soul in freedom. Rise, oh my soul in freedom. Nothing to fear anymore. Rise, oh my soul in freedom. Nothing to fear anymore. Nothing on earth can hold me. Rise, my soul in freedom. Nothing on earth can hold me. Rise, my soul in freedom. Rise, oh my soul in freedom. Nothing to fear anymore. Sing with me. Rise, oh my soul in freedom. Nothing to fear anymore. Nothing on earth can hold me. Rise, my soul in freedom. Nothing on earth can hold me. Rise, my soul in freedom. Rise, oh my soul in freedom. Nothing to fear anymore. Rise, oh my soul in freedom. Nothing to fear anymore. Rise, oh my soul in freedom. Nothing to fear anymore. Nothing on earth can hold me. Rise, oh my soul in freedom. Nothing on earth can hold me. Rise, oh my soul in freedom. Nothing on earth can hold me. Rise, oh my soul in freedom.
Good evening, Namaskar. On behalf of Ananda Sangha Hyderabad, we welcome to you all, and especially our esteemed guests, Naya Swami Dhyanaji and Naya Swami Shankaraji, and friends and family, and new friends, some old friends. So we're very happy to see you all here. And just a little bit about what is Ananda, and also I'll give a few words, say a few words about Naya Swami's, the acharyas who are here. Ananda is a global spiritual movement sharing the teachings of self-realization. Thank you. Thank you, Vinny. Ananda is is a global spiritual movement sharing the teachings of self-realized master, Sri Paramahamsa Yogananda Ji. He initiated the West into the light of Kriya Yoga and is best known for his spiritual classic, Autobiography of Yogi. I'm sure many of you read it already. And Ananda was founded in 1969 by Swami Kriyananda, a direct disciple of Swami Yogananda Ji. And we are very honored to have Naya Swami Dayana Ji and Shankara Ji here, who have been with Swami Kriyananda Ji for many decades and dedicated their lives in service, always living by Guru's teachings and sharing it with truth seekers like us. And Naya Swami Dayana Ji is a co-spiritual director of Ananda Sangha India. She started to study the teachings of Paramahamsa Yogananda in 1978 and met Swami Kriyananda in 1980. She has shared the teachings of Yogananda in many countries, including United States, Europe, Africa, Australia, and in India. Dhyana Ji also helped in founding several Ananda communities and centers. She leads and offers many trainings, programs in meditation, including Kriya Yoga and Raja Yoga. And Naya Swami Shankara Ji, an engineering graduate from Yale University, met Swami Kriyananda in 2003, and he has been with Swami until his passing in 2013. He is instrumental in starting many meditation groups, centers across the globe, while leading many workshops and meditation sessions. Shankara Ji also founding member of Ananda Monastery in India. He also co-founded Ananda Kriya Yoga Home Study Program with Naya Swami Devashri Ji. Please welcome with big applause Naya Swami Dhyana Ji and Naya Swami Shankara Ji onto the dais. And I also request Monica and Meenakshi to get the flowers, and also Gopalji and Umaji to offer to the speakers. Thank you so much. Now I request our choir team to come up for uplifting music. Thank you.
So we're going to sing a song, The Secret of Laughter, and there is a refrain or a chorus which is repeated over and over and over again. So please listen carefully, and then at the end we are going to request you to sing that chorus with us and clap along with us, okay? So please listen closely to the words that are repeated over and over again.
The secret of laughter lies in the laughing, not in the search for joy. It's a swallow winging on the wind, its innocence in the pour. Loo-doo-doo-doo-lay-ro, joy will come to anyone whose heart has learned to fly. Loo-doo-doo-doo-lay-ro, loo-doo-doo-doo-lay. Joy will come to anyone whose heart has learned to fly.
song sung welcome but never great. If you think that laughter lies in things, to things you'll be but a slave. Loo-doo-doo-doo-lay-ro, loo-doo-doo-doo-lie. Joy will come to anyone whose heart has learned to fly. Loo-doo-doo-doo-lay-ro, loo-doo-doo-doo-lie. Joy will come to anyone whose heart has learned to fly. Joy is a giving, not in the gaining, grasp and never sing. You could win the world and still be poor with peace and live like a king. Loo-doo-doo-doo-lay-ro, loo-doo-doo-doo-lie. Joy will come to anyone whose heart has learned to fly. Loo-doo-doo-doo-lay-ro, loo-doo-doo-doo-lie. Joy will come to anyone whose heart has learned to fly. Sing when the sun shines, sing when the rain falls, sing when your road seems strange. In a tempest sees the lightning flash and ride the winds of change. Everybody, loo-doo-doo-lay-ro, loo-doo-doo-doo-lie. Joy will come to anyone whose heart has learned to fly. Loo-doo-doo-doo-lay-ro, loo-doo-doo-doo-lie. Joy will come to anyone whose heart has learned to fly. Loo-doo-doo-doo-lay-ro, loo-doo-doo-doo-lie. Joy will come to anyone whose heart has learned to fly. Thank you. Well, thank you all. Okay. Thank you all for singing with us. That was very joyful. And so first, I'm very happy to be here in Hyderabad. We are very happy to be here in Hyderabad. And I want to ask, how are you? Ella Unaru. Good, good. I'll work a little bit on Telugu here as we come back again and again, and I feel that we have a joyful and energetic audience here, and that is very important. I'm happy with that. I refuse to speak to an audience that is low energy and sad, because you'll never be happy. We're going to talk tonight about how to be happy always, but you will not be happy if you don't have energy. If you just have low energy, you'll be complaining, saying, why does this happen to me? Why did that happen to me? So we're going to teach you, we are here to teach you how to raise your energy, and so that you can become more and more happy in all ways. So I'm going to take this topic this evening and have a little bit of fun with it. I'm going to insert an extra L in the topic, and how to be happy all, A-L-L, ways. That Paramahansa Yogananda, who is here, he has given us teachings to show us how we can be happy in all aspects of our life. That we have the family aspect of our lives, the business aspect of our lives. We have leisure time, and we're always looking, how can I be happy during my leisure time? We have a mental aspect to our being. We want to know, how can I think happier thoughts? We have an emotional aspect to our beings, and we want to think, how can I feel good? How can I feel happy? How can I have happy emotions all of the time? So I'm going to address all of this evening. But before I do that, step number one is you have to believe that you can be happy all of the time. If you don't think it's possible, if you don't believe that you can be happy, well, then it's not going to work. And I myself, I was skeptical also when I first came to Ananda Sangha. I thought, well, I can be happier, but happy all the time? Is that really possible? And I was content to just settle for happier. And if that's all you can believe in, that's okay. But I do want you to know there are people out there, and there's 5 of them there on the altar, and number 6, and number 7, we spend a lot of time with Dhyanaji. She's happy all of the time. And I came to the ashram and I started seeing, this is possible. There's people who are happy all of the time. And then well, what is she doing? What is he doing? And I said, I want to become like these people. And certainly, it's what they were doing, that there are particular practices, there are particular understandings about life and how life is made and why we are here that we can understand, and then we can live life in a new and wonderful way. And we have those teachings. I promise you that. So number 1, you have to believe. And then number 2, come to our center. We have a center here in Hyderabad. Learn the teachings. Associate with the members here, the devotees. Find the ones who are happy all of the time and figure out what is it that they are doing. And this goes to very deep levels, that the people who are really, really happy all of the time, no matter what's going on in their outward circumstances, that we want to learn to attune ourselves to these people. And this really comes down to, we consider Paramahansa Yoganandaji to be our guru. And right now you don't have to say, do I need a guru? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. But for those of you who are devotional, that in the end, if you want to achieve happiness, not only in ALL, all of the different aspects in life, but as the topic was originally intended, throughout all time, then yes, you will need to attune yourself to someone who has figured that out and who has achieved an infinite consciousness. That infinite consciousness, it is all-knowing. Are you familiar? I'm sure you are with these words, Sat, Chit, Anand. That we have to have all 3 of those, eternally living. A guru's consciousness is eternal. It's beyond time. It embraces all time. That's a very hard concept to understand, but it's okay. And then Chit, he's conscious. He's in absolutely everything. And why are we here tonight? Anand, bliss. And these 3 words, they go together. It's very important. You don't want to live eternally if you don't have bliss. You don't want to live eternally if you have an unhappy consciousness that is low and not all-embracing. And so the gurus come to show us how to do that. I'm not here to force you to have any kind of guru. Swami Kriyananda was lecturing in Australia, and a man at the end came up to him and said, I enjoyed your talk, but I am an atheist. What do you have to say to me that would help me? How can I understand what is God? And Swamiji said, why don't you think of God as your own highest potential? And that's a very beautiful teaching for all of us. That if nothing else, we can think that I can become a better person, I can become a happier person. Here's another very important point. Every human being is searching for happiness. Even the worst gangster that you could imagine who might kill someone for revenge, why is he doing that? He's thinking, well, I'll get rid of that guy and then I'll be happy. Even he's not on the spiritual path, clearly, but he's motivated by wanting to be happy. And if we can start to understand the rules of life, things like karma and how this works, and cooperate, work in attunement with these rules, then we can achieve happiness much more quickly. Swamiji took a saying from the Maharaja of Kuch Bihar, and this was Yata Dharma Tata Jaya. Where there is Dharma, there is victory. And Swami Kriyananda founded Ananda Sangha on that principle, that we have to live dharmically, that we have to live in tune with these higher principles. And then naturally, our lives become happy. So let's get into how can we be happy just on the physical plane. That are we happier when we have a healthy physical body? Well, yes, it's easier to be happy. It's not an absolute requirement, but it's easier to be happy if we have a physical body. I met a man and he said, these people with Google PhDs, they have no idea what they're talking about. So you can have a Google PhD and Google what's the right diet. I think you might get lost for incarnations if you try to figure out what is the right diet with a Google PhD. But if you ask Paramahansa Yogananda, if you study his teachings, then he'll tell you just like that. Here's the proper diet, done. Another important thing about coming to someone who knows how to live life is, should I put all of my energy into figuring out and practicing a perfect diet? Or should I do a little bit and then there's other aspects of life, right? And so Paramahansa Yogananda also gives us, here's the proportion. Here's the right thing, do it, and then forget about it. But he has given us the rules on how we can be healthy and have a healthy physical body. And this is important also. Sometimes in spirituality, people say, oh, just forget the body. Just have a strong mind and say, I am good no matter what. I am happy with the mind. But that's a very difficult thing. It's easier if we put all elements, all aspects of our being into harmony with one another, and if we respect our physical body and treat it properly and use it properly. Here's another important thing to think about on the physical plane. If we try to arrange everything on the physical plane just perfectly, if we take our AC remote and just get just the perfect temperature, and maybe we get just the perfect food, and what else is there in the five senses? I don't know. Maybe we're listening to something or watching something on TV. There we got two senses in one there with TV, the sight and the sound, and we try to get it just right. And we think, now I'll be happy. But something always happens, doesn't it? The power goes out, or the internet's not working, something goes wrong. And so if we only try to make our happiness in this physical world, we can get close, and it's okay that we live in a physical world. It is our job, actually, to try and make this a better place. But this is also important. If we try to make it a better place only for ourselves, somehow we'll feel that something's missing. But if we try to make it a better place for everyone else, somehow we will feel the universe itself seems to give us whatever we need when we need it. There's one principle for you, and I can guarantee you that principle works. So strive to make this a better world for other people. And it's not wrong if you want to earn money, that's fine, and we'll come to this in a moment. But money really is energy. What are you going to do with that energy? Are you going to say, I'm going to spend this all on myself and then I'll be happy. I'll get an even bigger AC, that I'll get an even better backup power system, and I will not fail to have all the five senses just perfect when I watch my movie. I can't think of it, but something will still go wrong. But if you think, okay, I will be comfortable, but I also, and I'm sure all of you who have children here think this way, I'm going to give most of this energy to my children to make sure that they have a better life than I do, and I'm going to do something for society to help uplift society. Very good. Then the universe itself will strengthen that flow of energy for you. So that's fine. And we need to be giving in this world. So do that. I also, on this physical plane, want to say that Swami Kriyananda would say, this world is a school, and we are here to graduate, to learn the rules. You know, when will you have graduated? When you're happy all the time? When the stock market goes down? It's all right. Stock market goes up? Not, oh, so excited. We're going to learn to control the emotions, but okay, it's all right. When we can remain calm, even-minded, and know that there's true joy on the inside, no matter what goes on the outside, then we will have graduated. So let's talk a little bit now about our emotions. Do you think that you have to just turn your emotions off and say, well, I'm a yogi. I don't feel anything. It's okay, I'm a yogi. That doesn't work. That actually yogis are much more sensitive than the average person. And we have to go inside and learn how to feel our feelings, how to work with our emotions, but we also have to learn how to control the reactive process. So if the power goes out and the TV goes off and we can't watch our favorite program, we can learn as yogis, and these are the teachings, that we are Hyderabad, we can teach you how to control the energy in yourself and control your feelings. And don't just think, oh, that's for yogis over there. You already have a little bit of this ability. That if someone comes and gives you good news, that someone just decided to give you 1 crore, oh, the energy, what happens? You inhale, you smile, heart comes up, energy's moving up. And if someone gives you bad news, energy goes down, doesn't it? And this is energy flowing in the spine. We can learn to control that energy. Energy is the missing link between this physical world and our mind and our spiritual powers. And if we can learn to control the energy, we can learn to control our minds. We're living in an age of energy, and it is going to just keep changing and changing. But in one way, we have a duty to keep up with that, with the planet as it has more and more energy, that we also have to learn to raise our level of energy. So, Paramahansa Yogananda has given us techniques to raise our level of energy. Dhyanaji is going to help us do that during her talk. We will learn to raise our energy. There are techniques for that. Going back to the physical plane for just a second, one thing that's very important in learning to be happy in all ways is consciously choosing your environment. That wherever you have the opportunity, be around happy people. That if you're around people that are sad and negative and complaining and their energy is strongly flowing downward, it becomes very hard. Now I always get the question, oh, but if you only worked in my office when I'm stuck and I have to be there, or oh, if you only knew my uncle or some family member, that I can't choose that environment. Well, Paramahansa Yogananda said that God gave us our family so that we can learn to love unconditionally. So that's part of the spiritual path. So we have to learn how to love unconditionally. But your friends, you can choose your friends. And please take this seriously. Choose wisely. Environment is stronger than willpower. And if we have negative people around us too often, it just brings us down no matter how hard we try. So on this physical plane, choose wisely, but that's also, it ties right into energy. That you might not be aware that those people have negative pulling energy, but it's there. And so it will help you learn to raise your own energy upward. You know, we have techniques like affirmations, where we could say to ourselves, I am positive, energetic, enthusiastic. And I've experimented with these. In the beginning, I wasn't quite sure. I thought, really? But it just feels like I'm lying to myself, that I'm really not so enthusiastic today. And so I asked our great teacher, Swami Kriyananda, and he said, no, you're not lying to yourself, that you are a soul and you have a body. Most of us, we put this in the wrong order. We think, well, I am a body, and those teachers say I have a soul in here somewhere. I don't really know where it is, but they say maybe I have a soul. No. You are a soul, and that soul is happy all of the time. It is made in the image and likeness of God, and that can never change. And that is who you are. And believe that. You have to believe that you are something so much more than this little physical body. You could have one slip in the shower tomorrow and be gone, but you actually won't be gone because you are a soul. Your soul can never go away. Remember that and meditate on that. Think about that, and then you can do that affirmation. I am positive, energetic, and enthusiastic, and you will be affirming who you truly are, that you are that soul that is always happy. So don't be afraid to use things like affirmations to change your energy, to change your feelings, and to change your mind. You see, we all brush our teeth in the morning for 5 minutes, don't we? You take that time to clean your teeth. It doesn't feel nice otherwise. But how many people take the time to clean their mind? Most people don't. They don't even think about my thoughts or what's going on with my thoughts. Why not? Stand up. Take responsibility for yourself on all levels. Decide, I'm only going to think happy thoughts from now on. And maybe you've tried that before. I'll be honest with you, that's not easy to decide that I'm only going to think positive thoughts from now on. But try that if you are a wrestler and you say, I'm going to be the greatest wrestler, and then I'm going to go find the most weak guy I can see, and I'll wrestle with him, and then see everyone, I'm the greatest wrestler. You won't become the greatest wrestler. Go find someone stronger than you and wrestle with him. And in that way, you will become stronger. And it's the same when you decide, I'm going to think happy thoughts all the time. There's a force out there that goes, uh-oh, we have to watch this guy. And some force comes, and somehow it becomes difficult. But don't worry. You are stronger than that force. You have a place within you that is stronger. It's true. It's like a muscle. We have to work that muscle. We have to exercise it. And we need to learn how to use the techniques that Paramahansa Yogananda has given us to strengthen our energy. Again, remember I said, energy is the missing link between mind and this physical body. And as we can learn to pick things up from energy, it becomes vastly easier to control the mind. I don't want to go too deep into our teachings and philosophy and Patanjali and all of this, but to be honest with you, this is the essence of Patanjali and deep meditation. You will not be able to meditate deeply until you can control your energy. That if your energy is moving around all wildly, your mind will move around wildly. But if your energy is controlled, it becomes very easy to meditate. I want to go, but even a little deeper into philosophy here. This is an important question, and that is, where do thoughts come from? It's a very, and now materialists will, it's just some energy flowing through circuits in the brain. I know where thoughts come from. That doesn't explain it. That just explains a mechanism, but it doesn't really explain, well, what causes those electrons, or whatever they are, to flow through those brain circuits. Why will one human being be an Einstein, and you can put 10 problems in front of him, and he'll solve them like that, and another person, he'll say, please, I don't even want to think about one of those, just let me take a nap. It's because they have different levels of consciousness. And I bring this up because we can change our level of consciousness by changing our level of energy, and then we automatically will think happier thoughts. We automatically will have more concentration and be able to solve problems better. That's very important. This is also very important. Where do thoughts come from? Paramahansa Yogananda answered that question for us. He said, thoughts are universally and not individually rooted. That all thoughts, all of them, already exist. Isn't that an interesting thought? And if you want to know, Paramahansa Yogananda even gave us a number of how many thoughts are vibrating out there in the cosmos. You can look that up. It's in the book Autobiography of a Yogi. So what we really are is like a radio, and that we are receiving different thoughts that eternally exist, and we receive those depending on our level of consciousness. That if you're trying to, get a group together and say, hey everyone, let's go do this, but there might be a negative, no, we can't do that. That person's level of consciousness is lower, they won't even be able to tune in to that higher thought form. But if someone is on that same level of consciousness, oh, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. So know that everything ultimately is a reflection of consciousness. Know that your soul is eternal, that it is always happy. Know that if you come and learn these teachings, you will be able to apply them to all aspects of your life. That if you have a family member yelling at you, but you've learned how to control your energy, you'll say, maybe you're right. Okay, well, perhaps we can do it that way. That's okay. If you have a difficult problem in the office, that there's some people, they solve problems like that. I need to tell this. I cannot take Dhyanaji's time. That would not be fair. Okay. So Rajarsi Janakananda was Paramahansa Yogananda's most advanced disciple. He was a millionaire long, long ago in the 1930s, when that was a lot of money. Anyways, and he would go to work and arrive there at 6 a.m. He would go into his office and he would put a sign on the door, in conference or in meeting, something like that, meeting in progress, in conference. And then he would meditate from 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. And then he would come out and he would do all his duties. And all of his associates said, with so many different businesses that you run, you're on so many trustee boards, how can you waste 4 hours of the day? Just wake up at 6 and get to it and get to your business. And Rajarsi Janakananda said, it's because I meditate 4 hours a day in the morning that I can come then out of that office and I can make lightning quick decisions. And using intuition, which is, by the way, a combination of the intellect and the heart, where yes, you're using your feeling, but it's right on every level. That it also, if intuition says it's right, but the intellect says, then no, something's off. But so he could use his his intuition, and that he could just make decision after decision after decision and help people. So these teachings will help you with your family. They will help you in the office with your business. They will help you have a healthier physical body. And no matter where you are with physical health, it can get better and it can go down. And the choice is always ours. And we find out what the rules are, we apply them, and it can always go up, it can always go down. But here's another important thing. No matter where we are in terms of happiness, no matter where we are in terms of physical health, that we can make a decision that I'm going to go in this direction. Because sometimes we see happy all the time, perfect physical health, perfect control of my emotions. Shankara, that is just too much. I don't know if I can do that. And then I say, what can you do? What will you do? You brush your teeth for 5 minutes a day. Will you meditate for 5 minutes a day? Will you practice some of the exercises that we will show you? And you say yes. And then you're going in the right direction. And we always know I can put one foot in front of the other. And if we can just do that much, doing, done, eventually we will get there. There's people who run marathons and sometimes they start off and they just think, I can only run 5, I can barely walk around my house or something like that. But you can find these videos, people, they look like they could never run a marathon, but they just put one foot in front of the other, they used their willpower, and they decided, I can do this. They believed that it was possible. And so no matter where you are, your happiness meter, your joy levels, just say, I can become happier. I can become a better person. And then use your willpower. And it takes willpower. Be around other people who have a lot of willpower. There's a lot of joy in that. Then you see other people that they can accomplish great things. They will give you that encouragement, but that feeling inside, I can do it. And if you want to have that feeling inside of yourself, give that feeling to other people also, that you can do it. Encourage other people to do things that you feel, yes, this is this person's next step or that person's next step. And then again, you will see the universe coming in and giving you that support and giving you that feeling that you can do it. So I'm going to wrap up here, but I just want you all to know that being happy all the time, I forgot one important thing. Now we need to go to the always, that in time, that it is possible to be happy absolutely all the time. Once I went to Swami Kriyanandaji's house, and this was in the beginning of my relationship with him, and I was wondering, is this possible? Is he really happy all of the time? Does he really have this high energy all of the time? And he was quite an old man at that time. I'll tell you two stories. One of them was he asked me to hold his arm as he was walking up the stairs. And so I was holding and trying to help. That man, he had way more energy than I did. He was in a frail body, but when he wanted to, he was just marching up the stairs, come on. And I was wondering, why am I holding his arm? That I could tell energetically, he was pulling me right up those stairs. And I said, I have something to learn here. So that was one story. But another story was that he was a little tired physically after he had given a lecture, and we know him, that if he wanted to turn that switch, he could just pop right back up. But his body, he was letting it be where it was. And I kind of looked at him, and I thought, oh, he might not be happy. And he just looked at me. And I only thought that, by the way, I didn't say it. And he looked at me, and he said, on the inside, always happy. And he had a little twinkle in his eye, and I felt embarrassed, actually, that I doubted my own spiritual teacher. But you know, we have to, on one level it's all right, that we have to discriminate, that we have to look at people and say, okay, is this person doing good? Is this working? Is this person not doing well? We have to do that. The thing not to do is come in with your own ego and say, this guy does that, I'm so much better than him, look at me, he does that. If we pull our ego into it, it doesn't work. So go ahead, discriminate, you have to. Ask difficult questions about the spiritual path, about what works and what doesn't work. But don't pull your own ego into it. Otherwise it becomes very unhappy for you and for everyone. And so Swami Kriyananda has given us this Naya Swami order. Dhyanaji and I are wearing blue. This is a new Swami order where we are affirming happiness. The old Swami order says, I won't do this, I won't do that, I won't do this. And it's true that there are certain things that we will not do. The truth is eternal. And so if it was true 1,000 years ago for the Swamis, then it's true for us. But truth also takes on new expressions outwardly as life changes. And these great masters have brought us a great new expression. And I want everyone to know that this is not just for Naya Swamis or Brahmacharis, that this is for everyone. And this is a very important part in this world as it's changing. That if you have a family, if you have a business, don't feel, oh, next lifetime. Then I'll go away to the Himalayas and then I'll try. No, you try now. And don't feel, oh, I'm too young. When I get older, then I'll try. No, you try now. You start heading in the right direction, and I want you to honor your family responsibilities. I want you to honor your business duties, but why not put in some techniques that can help you do those duties even better and walk on that path, and then you can become, like the great gurus, happy in all ways. Thank you very much. I'll hand it now on to Jonathan.
Hello and welcome, everybody. We're so happy to see all of you here. Many years back, many of the Ananda Gurubhais, disciples of Yoganandaji, came many times to Hyderabad, many times. And then we started a community in Pune, and we were drawn into that, and we had to let go of Hyderabad. But we're starting up again in Hyderabad. We want to have a center, and a strong and a big center here in Hyderabad. So please come and talk with us afterwards if you are interested in helping in any way. I was thinking as Shankaraji was speaking, how Yoganandaji, our guru, he was definitely happy all the time. These are his words, and we're speaking from his words and from this book. But when he would lecture, he was so enthusiastic. He would run to the lecture platform, and he would ask a question, and I'm going to ask you that question. And he wouldn't speak until he got the right response, because he wanted people to be enthusiastic, to be inspired, to be uplifted, to be energetic, to be magnetic, to be powerful. He wanted that. So he asked people the question before he would speak, how feels everybody? And he would have people shout out, awake and ready. So I'm going to ask you that question. If I don't get the response, I'm walking off. How feels everybody? Awake and ready. How is everybody? Awake and ready. Some people didn't say, it's okay. Sleepy and tired. But Yoganandaji gave tools, methods, techniques, right attitudes. He had people in the audiences, we're going to do this today for those who wish to participate, doing affirmations, doing energy exercises, doing meditation, doing healing prayers. People were healed, people were uplifted, people's lives changed in his presence. And so he gave a way, how. You can read about it, you can listen to it, you can Google it, you can go on YouTube, but until you know how to change your consciousness, you can't do anything. These great masters brought a methodology, how, and that's what we're going to share with you tonight. And as Shankarji is saying, take 5 minutes, take one thing, take something. Don't just come to a lecture and think that was so nice and nothing happens. And I want to start with a few of Yoganandaji's words on happiness, a few quotes that I found from this book, and I hope you will take something home with you. This book would be good. So here are a couple of brief quotes from Paramahansa Yogananda, our guru, on happiness. To seek happiness outside ourselves is like trying to lasso a cloud. Happiness is not a thing, but a state of mind to be lived. Next one. People become so engrossed in making money that they can't relax enough to enjoy their comforts, even after they've acquired them. Just look at the people around you. Not this group, I'm saying some other people. Ask yourself, are they happy? See the sad expressions on so many faces. Observe the emptiness in the eyes. I have a couple more. It is important to differentiate between your needs and your wants. Your needs are few, while your wants can be limitless. In order to find freedom and bliss inside, minister only to your needs. Stop creating limitless wants. 2 more. The more you depend upon conditions outside yourself for happiness, the less happiness you will experience. Finally, if you have given up hope of ever being happy, cheer up. Never lose hope. Your soul, being the reflection of the ever joyous spirit, is happiness itself. How beautiful. And I came to Yoganandaji 45 years ago. It's a long time to be happy. I came and I looked around and I saw people as I was learning the teachings who were happy. When I've lived in intentional communities where all around you were gurubais who were joyful, who were kind, who were selfless, who were giving, who were compassionate. I've traveled around to all the Ananda centers to teach. People there are happy. I've traveled for Ananda. I lived in Europe and I taught throughout Europe these same teachings, and I saw they made people happy. I went to 3 African countries and I taught these same teachings. Part of it you learned tonight. I saw a smile coming on people's faces. I went to Australia. I saw the same thing. I came here to India. I've been going around India. I've been living here almost 20 years, teaching the same thing. Happiness. Happiness. And what have I seen? Same tools, same techniques, right attitudes. They change your consciousness. You have to do it. but it changes your consciousness. Yoganandaji would say, you won't be able to even recognize yourself. You'll be so changed. And people have asked me, well, Dhyanaji, how do I know if the teachings are working? And I said to them, go look in the mirror. Look at your face. Is it any different? Look at your eyes. Listen to your voice. And you see the change. And before I came to Ananda, I went to a very good school, UC Berkeley. I graduated in psychology. I had everything. I had very good jobs. I had lots of money. I had a big car. I had the house. I had everything people say, you get that? I had good health. I had lots of friends. One thing was missing. I wasn't happy. I'm seeing the shaking of the heads. I wasn't happy. Everything the world said, get this, and that's all you need. I wasn't happy. And then, when I went to Yoganandaji, and I learned how to meditate, I learned that happiness is not outside, but that happiness is within. And when I started, even a little bit, 5 minutes a day, I began to meditate. And I realized what a treasure I had inside of myself. And people look for it in their money, in the business, in the relationships, and when my health is good, and my children when they get married, and the list goes on and on. But they're not happy. It's the truth of the matter. And so I began to meditate. I began to do the practices of Paramahansa Yoganandaji, and it completely turned me around. It's like that beautiful story I was reading again today. You probably know of the Himalayan musk deer that carries a fragrance. A certain point in its growth and time, that fragrance exudes from the pouch of the musk deer. He doesn't know where it's coming from. It's looking all over. Where is it coming from? Isn't it? And it goes in the bush and here and there, and it's all over, and it can't find it. Does that sound familiar? And sometimes it just throws itself over a cliff looking, because it's right inside that deer. And Yoganandaji also he used to tell this humorous story of a man who was discontented. And he was, he called himself a renunciate. So he was with this guru living in an ashram, a hermitage. And one day he said, well, I don't want to be here anymore because it's too much work and I'm not happy here. So I'm going to go off on my own and I'm going to get happy on my own. And the guru says, okay, go, it's okay. So the disciple, I guess he was a disciple. He took 2 dhotis and a begging bowl. And he sat under a tree. He says, now I'm happy. It never lasts. That night, a mouse started eating one of the cloths that he had. So he gets up in the morning and he says, Lord, I've given up everything and now you want to munch at my cloth. I love hearing Master tell the story. And so then a man was passing by and he says, holy man, what's wrong with you? What happened? And he says, I gave up everything and now that I only had 2 dhotis and one's been eaten by a mouse. And the man says, easy, keep a cat. And he says, I'm going to get a cat. I'll give you a cat. Now, mind you, he's a renunciate. So he gets the cat. And the cat's okay, but then the man walks by the next day, and the man's upset again. And he says, the man says, holy man, what's wrong with you now? He said, now every day I have to go get the milk for the cat. And he says, easy, keep a cow. He says, who's going to give me a cow? I'll give you a cow. So he gets several cats and several cows. And then the cow is munching on everybody's fields. So and the villagers come by and they said, "Holy man, we're tired of you. Your cow is coming and eating everything from where our place is." And he says, "What are we going to do?" They said, "Why don't you get your own land?" Okay. Man passes by, says, "Holy man, what's wrong? I need land. I'll give you land." So he gets land, he's got cows, he's got cats, he's got this whole thing happening. And then he has got his land and nobody's working the land. So all the children of the village would come and work the land, and the villagers came and they said, "Holy man, we're tired of you and your cows and your cats and our children. We never see our children, they're never at home." And he said, "How am I going to maintain this thing?" And they said, "Why don't you have your own children?" He said, "I know. Why don't you have your own children?" He's a renunciate. He said, "That's a good idea." He said, "How am I going to get my own children?" The man passes by again. He said, "Listen, I'll give you my daughter in marriage, and you can have your own children. You have the cows, the cats, the land, and everything." And then this guru arrives. This guru says, "Hey, I thought you said you weren't happy at the ashram. You're going to be happy under the tree. And I see now you're about to get married." He said, "No, master, it was all for a rag. I mean, it was all for that piece of cloth." And that's what people's life is like. We laugh, but that's what people do. It's all for a rag. You lose your health. You lose your mental health, you lose all your friends, you lose everything, all for a rag. We've got to remember that joy, true joy, is never going to be out there. I love one thing Swami Kriyanandaji would say, you give rid of one problem and you face its friend. Isn't it? So one thing after another. So what do? We have to take our energy inside. We take our energy inside through yoga, through meditation, and what do? We cut the sense phones. This is a wonderful image. A master said, they're always calling you up. I want this, I have to have that, I'm attached to this, I have that desire. He said, cut the sense telephone by drawing your energy inside and up to the higher levels of awareness that in India, chakras, the higher levels of awareness. Bring your energy up. So we have to draw our energy inside. And Yoganandaji taught a system. If you go the whole way or you take whatever you want, but the path of Kriya Yoga. And in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, it's the easiest, most scientific, and most effective practice of knowing yourself offered to mankind. So what do we do in Kriya Yoga? First thing, and I'll describe to you clearly, you can join the classes, but first is what Shankarji was saying. We have to first get energy. Energy comes in through the medulla oblongata at the base of the skull. I need someone to demonstrate. And the energy comes in and it floods the body. But Yoganandaji said most people's spines are as if they were spiritually paralyzed. The energy can't flow. So, I'm sick. I don't have any energy. I'm unwell. Just imagine a hose that's curled up and kinked up. You're trying to water your plants, nothing comes out. You've got the water on, but there's no flow, isn't it? Why? You have to straighten. First thing in yoga, sit up straight. And I'm seeing a good crowd here tonight. You sit up straight because that's where the power is flowing in your body. And anytime you're kinked up, and we have wonderful yoga teachers here. If you need classes, you should take our yoga classes. But the energy's trying to flow. The energy flows up, you feel better. We're going to do something in a moment. You feel happier. You feel energy's up here instead of flowing down. I'll show you where it enters. At the base of the skull, and I want you to feel this with your fingers. Here at the medulla oblongata, there's an indentation. Do you feel that? That's where the prana is flowing from the cosmos into the brain, down into the spine, and it's charging your body battery. Your body has a battery, but most, like the phone, you haven't charged it up, it's weak. So if you learn how to charge the body battery, and we're going to do that just in a moment. Thank you. And as you do, you have energy. You have prana to work with. And when you have prana, what can you do? You have inspiration, you have ideas, you have clarity, you have creativity. You've got magnetism, isn't it? You've got people coming in to help you. You've got everything you need, and that creates a happy person. Energy is the key, one of the major keys of happiness. So Yoganandaji never taught anything until he taught energy. Energy control, having more energy, gaining more energy. Secondly, the second part of the path that we all follow, we've been talking about, is going inside. First, you have energy, but we probably all know people, their energy is scattered. We have energy, and then we just take it inside through concentration and absorption. Wow. We learn concentration, and we learn how to absorb ourselves. Now, what are you absorbing? Going inside, and you're feeling your higher self. You may see a light at the Kutastha. You may hear inner sounds that are coming from inside yourself, from the chakras. These are advancing. We can't get into them right away, but when you go inside, it's not nothing. There's a lot more happening inside than outside. So we cut the sense telephones. We redirect our energy in by magnetizing the spine in a pranayama, simply called Kriya Yoga. Now, what does a magnet do? We had a magnet here on the floor, and I had some paper clips or whatever. They wouldn't go out, they would go shh. So we make our spine a big magnet. Through pranayama, moving energy, moving a current of energy through the spine, through the chakras, and the senses go, hey, it's okay, you can, and same energy either goes out or goes in. So we bring it in, and that is a feeling of joy inside already. Then, do you know where the center of joy is in the body? I bet you know where the center of love is. The heart, isn't it? Anahat chakra. Where's the center of joy? Right there. Kutastha Chaitanya. So we learn in Kriya Yoga how to get our energy in and up. Simple, easy, you can practice it, but you have to do it, okay? And so those are the steps in Kriya Yoga. Now, who is this for? As we were saying, you, me, anyone who puts the energy out. Yoganandaji's two most advanced disciples were in that time, as Shankarji was saying, in that time, multi-millionaires. They were Kriya Yogis. Steve Jobs, what did he do? He read Autobiography of a Yogi every year. He gave it to his friends. He was using those principles. People say, no, I'm a businessman, that's not for me. It's the yogi in a cave. I'm not in a cave. I don't plan to go to one. This is not for just people in a cave. It's people have a family. People have a job. People have difficulties. And what happens as you start practicing, the difficulties, the worries, the fears, the doubts, they just start melting away. Then you're more effective in your work. Then you've got more energy. You focus more. You've got more inspiration. You get abundance coming to you. You get good health coming to you. Your healing coming to you. You get your family problems start getting better. Why? All because you change yourself. You can't say change over there, then I'll be happy. You got to change. Our wife and the husband and the children and my boss got to change. My mother-in-law's got to change. Everybody's blaming everybody else. What about you? You've got to change. And you can change with simple practices. And I'm going to tell you that Master said, I tell this other great, we got some time. When you begin to practice, he used to love to tell certain stories, and I love the stories, but he told this one about a disciple, he couldn't keep his concentration. So this is about what you focus on, you become. If you focus inside on light, on peace, these are aspects of the soul, on joy, wisdom, light. If you focus, you become that, isn't it? Does it make sense? If you focus on negativity, you become negative. So there was a young disciple, came to the guru, and he was taking the classes, and then one day the guru noticed, and he said, you don't seem to be paying attention today. What happened? What's happened with your mind? You're not focused. And the young disciple, he said, I'm sorry, Guruji, but I got a pet buffalo. And that's all I can think about is that buffalo. And the Guru said, it's okay. Just sit there and concentrate on the buffalo. The little boy, he was so happy. The Guru goes away, and then he comes back, he checks on him, and he says, how are you doing? I'm having a wonderful time. I got a buffalo. I love him. I'm stroking him, and all in his mind, I'm stroking him, and I love this buffalo. And he says, he tells us, the Guru, can I come out now? No, stay. You got to focus. So he stays a little while. The Guru comes back, and a little while later he says, how are you doing now? Oh, the buffalo's in here with me. I'm just imagining he's in there with me in the room. And he says, can I come out now? And the Guru says, no, you stay, concentrate on the buffalo. He goes out, and the Guru comes back in a little while. He says, now, how are you doing now? And how are you in the buffalo? He says, what do you mean? I am the buffalo. And he said, no, you can come out now. He said, I can't come out. My horns is too big. My body's too big. I can't get out of the room now. He said, now you've learned to concentrate. Isn't that beautiful? And someday you're going to say, I am the light now. I am the joy now. I am the peace. Isn't that a beautiful story? I told that story because you never forget the buffalo. No? Think about him and think, I'm becoming what I'm meditating on. If you meditate on success, if you got the right attitude, you'd be successful. Isn't it right? So there was a disciple of Yoganandaji. He's very successful. He was a Hollywood singer and movie star. Herb Jeffries was his name. You may have heard of him. I met him, by the way. He was very close with Swami Kriyanandaji. So near the end of his life, first at the beginning, then I'll tell that part. He came to Yoganandaji when he was young. He had the wavy hair, and he was very good looking. I mean, you can just imagine what his life was like in Hollywood. So he came to Yoganandaji and he said, I want to come here, but every place I've gone to, they've told me what I can't do. You can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. And he said, I want to know, what can I do? Yoganandaji says, well, and he could read your thoughts. He says, well, you like drinking, don't you? Alcohol. And he says, and Herb Jeffries says, yeah. And Yoganandaji says, you may continue. He was so happy about that. And then he says, you like smoking, don't you? He said, yeah, I smoke a lot. Keep it going. This is the Guru to keep it going. He says, really? He said, keep it going. So then, and he says, oh, and you like the socializing. You know what I mean? And he says, oh, yeah, I love that. And Yoganandaji says, you may continue. And the man was so happy. He started leaving the room thinking, this is a wonderful Guru, and I love this path. Then Yoganandaji said, but I'm going to tell you one thing. If you do what I tell you to do, you won't want to do those things. They will drop away. Wow. And I met Herb Jeffries. He must have been, seemed like he was 80 or so. He came to one of Swamiji's talks. I didn't meet him before, but all I can say was, he was soft. Very beautiful soul. He was soft. He got changed. And I think what Master said happened to him. And so to close, I'll say, and then we'll do some practices, I'll say the co-director, Naiswami Jaya, some of you may have met him because we've lectured here quite a lot. Someone asked him at a lecture like this, what are your powers? You know, these questions come up in India, and I think they were looking for walk on hot coals or levitate or walk on water, or, you know, they were waiting for some answer like that. And he said, well, I don't think I have any powers. And the whole audience was like, ugh, why is he up there if he doesn't have any powers? So then he said, well, wait, I might have one. People were all ears. You know the answer he gave? To be happy at will. Nobody said anything after that. How many people do you know? To be happy at will? People are complaining all the time. To be happy at will. So I would say gain that power in your life. Who needs to walk on fiery coals? Gain the power to be happy at will, and you will be happy all the time. I'm going to ask Brahmachari Vinny to come now, and we're going to actually do some practices. So you have something to take home with you. You can just start.
Actually, now we come to the most difficult part of the talk, because we don't just get to sit and relax, we have to get up from our chairs. So why don't we all come up, let's all stand. And there's more room at the front, there's room on the sides, on this side also. If you have, your cell phones or anything in your pocket, in the front pocket, just keep it on the chair. We can let go for just a few moments. And also, we will try to practice a very important spiritual principle here, which is called ahimsa. So when we are moving our body, let's not try to injure one another. Let's be aware of our surrounding, because it's a packed room. And what we're going to practice now, while we kind of, adjust ourselves, we're going to practice some of the exercises which Swami Kriyananda ji gave us, and also a very important principle which we use in the energization exercises. If any of you kept a word count of how many times Dhyanaji or Shankaraji used the word energy, you know, okay, it seems like an important thing, we need to figure out what to do about it. So we are going to use a principle called the double breath. We are going to inhale with a double breath and exhale with a double breath. How does it work? You can see me first and then do it with me. It's a short inhalation followed. There's a lot of room here in the front. And don't feel shy. So there's a short followed by a long inhalation which goes like this. We do it with our noses. Let's do it together. And then we breathe out from the mouth. Okay, let's do it together. Excellent. Now we are going to add tension to the body. We are going to inhale with a double breath, add tension to the body, and then we are going to exhale and relax the whole body with a double breath. So inhale and tense the whole body, vibrating with will, with willpower, and exhale and relax. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale, tense with will. And exhale and relax, relax, relax. Let go of all the stress and tension and worries from the day. How do you feel? I'm seeing a lot more smiles suddenly in the room. Isn't that wonderful? Now, we're going to do 2 more little exercises, and don't worry, you don't have to remember everything. We'll send it to you on our WhatsApp group, and there's a lot of material on our website and our YouTube page. So we'll give you all the information which you can, remember and revise and things like that. So when Dhyanaji began her talk, she asked us a question. Forget about the question, what was the answer?
They don't know.
Awake and ready. How is everybody?
Awake and ready.
How feels everybody?
Awake and ready.
Good, but that's not enough. we are going to move our body along with this affirmation. Swami Kriyanandaji gave us a set of super conscious living exercises. Out of 6, we're going to do 2 of them today. You can mentally scan your body and see how you feel energetically, and then we're going to move our body just walking in place, and we are going to use this affirmation, I am awake and ready. Do it with me. I am awake and ready. 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 Excellent. There's one more now. Just for a taste of it. This is, again, Shankara was saying, I'm positive, energetic, and enthusiastic. Let's use this affirmation along with body parts. And this is where you have to be just aware of your surroundings. I'm going to bring my arms out. First, let's do the arm movement. In the front and up. And when I go up, well, I have a ceiling. I'm going to jump up. Okay? So it's going to be, you can see me first once. I am positive, energetic, enthusiastic. I touched the ceiling, and guess what? I practiced it from down and I was still able to touch the ceiling. So you should try that. So let's do it together, and you can do a slight adjustment, not hurting your neighbors. I am positive, energetic, enthusiastic. I am positive, energetic, enthusiastic. I am positive, energetic, enthusiastic. 2 more times. I am positive, energetic, enthusiastic. One last time. I am positive, energetic, enthusiastic. Wonderful. Let's take our seats, and now Dhanaji will guide us forward.
Straight with the spine erect. Sit near the front of the chair. And do this with me. You did this standing. We're going to do it sitting. And you can do this every morning just to get energy going, standing or sitting. Let's try it. Inhale, double breath through the nostrils. Tense your whole body, vibrate. Exhale through the mouth and relax. Feels good. Inhale. Tense, vibrate. Now throw out the tensions with the breath. You can do this 3 to 6 times every day, several times a day. Vibrate. Exhale. I used to go in the audience and test people's strength. I'll let you off the hook today. Okay, so now we're going to do a chant, and we're going to do a part of a technique of Yoganandaji's, which you can learn the whole thing in our classes. We're going to watch the flow of the breath in the nostrils to become more calm and to feel a sense of peace and happiness. But first, we're going to relax the mind with a simple chant by words of Yoganandaji. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. So you can close your eyes. Look at this point. Let me help you with that first. Bring your arm out straight with the thumb up. Now go at about 45 degrees. Now keep looking at your thumb out in the outstretched arm. Now keep your vision there, but drop your hand. Keep looking out. Now close the eyes. So it's up and out, not cross-eyed. There's no tension, there's no strain, no stress. Just at the point between the eyebrows, put your finger there and just feel. You can rub there. That's a chakra behind the skin, and that is the Agya chakra, Kutastha Chaitanya. And you will feel there a vibration, a tingling. You may see light. Keep your focus there during the chant and the meditation. We'll sing it first, then you join in so you can learn. From joy I came, for joy I live, in sacred joy I melt again. Sing, from joy I came, for joy I live, in sacred joy I melt again. Now listen to the second part. From joy I came, for joy I live, in sacred joy I melt again. Sing along. From joy I came, for joy I live, in sacred joy I melt. Sing the whole song now. From joy I came, for joy I live, in sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live, in sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live, in sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live, in sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live, in sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live, in sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live, in sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live, in sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live, in sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live, in sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live, in sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live, in sacred joy I melt again. Now we'll sit for just a few minutes in meditation, keeping your focus upward. Put your awareness on the movement that happens naturally all day long, every day, 24 hours a day. The movement of the air, the breath, into the nostrils and back out, without any control at all. We're just following, watching, observing, concentrating on the flow of the breath, just to be able to focus our minds. Watch the inward flow and the outward flow without any control at all. Feel the breath moving into and out of the nasal passages. Do this on your own for a couple of minutes now. one more minute now. Now, set aside watching the breath and just feel the joy or peace or whatever comes to you now from your own soul within. Just sit a moment, bathe yourself in peace and joy and happiness. Just for another moment. Keeping in a meditative state now, we'll close the evening, we'll close the meditation with a mental affirmation. Repeat after me. We'll do it loudly, more quietly until we say it mentally. We'll do it 3, 4, 5 times. Repeat after me out loud first. I vow from today onwards to be happy under every circumstance. I came from God's joy. I am joy. I vow from today onwards to be happy under every circumstance. I came from God's joy. I am joy. I vow from today onwards to be happy under every circumstance. I came from God's joy. I am joy. I vow from today onwards to be happy under every circumstance. I came from God's joy. I am joy. Last time, mentally only. I vow from today onwards to be happy under every circumstance. I came from God's joy. I am joy. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And so people know this isn't something that is different or new or however you want to put it. At Yale University in America, what is their most popular class in over 300 years? The happiness course. Everybody wants to be happy. And pre-COVID, they had 22,500 new enrollments. After April 2020, they had 860,000 people registering for the happiness course and it only skyrocketed after that. So we're in good company. God bless you all. Congratulations, you had your first sadhana. And the meditation was quiet. It was wonderful.
First, I want to say all our hearts are filled with joy, happiness, and deep gratitude for an uplifting, very inspiring, and very energetic session. Thank you so much. So here are a few announcements, and a little bit about Ananda Hyderabad has a book stall there. So if you like to look at the books, and especially, and if you really want to continue to be happy all the time, always, so this is the book, you may want to get it. And Nayaswami Dhyanaji and Nayaswami Shankaraji graciously agreed to sign the book, and you may come up if you have the book to get it signed. So that's one. And we have other books too, and we have a few upcoming events. Next week, 17th and 18th, we are having level 1 course, which is the Path to Kriya Yoga. It's a foundation course. So we'll invite to explore, and if you have any questions, we have Gopalji and RTG. I think most of you met her at the registration desk. I think she's still there. And yeah. Yes. The exercises, if you want to learn fully and understand how it works, so that would be the course, and also start your meditation practice. So please check and the flyers were also left on the chair, so if you want more information. If you register here, there is a special offer, so please, it's a 25% discount, so please do go and talk to one of us at the table. And also, we do have Sunday satsangs, and we have Ananda Yoga classes. It's a Hatha Yoga practice, and meditations for beginners. So all those activities are there. And we are also all of you got some raffle ticket. It's going to be, there is a short lucky draw with some of the gifts as a gifts, books as a gifts. Sorry. So we will.
We're also in the process for looking for a bigger and better center, that our congregation is growing. So if you know of anything, please let Sandhya know. And again, I just want to thank you all for coming. This has been a wonderful time. So we're going to do the lucky draw now. And then after that, we have refreshments for everyone. Chai, so please come and enjoy the refreshments. And Dhyanaji and I are going to sit here, sign the books, and answer any questions that you have. That a real part of Ananda Sangha, we are here for you. That we are here to answer your questions, help you spiritually, all of us. So we will enter that. Sure. Also, okay. Oh, that sounds, I can't handle that. That's too complicated for me. But we also have Gopalji, will you just raise your hand? That if you have questions, you can please come to him. And we've mentioned Arati, who's there. Yes, Jayadev and Vineet can answer questions for you as well. Yes, this is Haley, and of course, Uma, thank you. Yes, Vibhaji, so yes, wearing white here, so you can also feel free, ask them questions. They know a lot. So, okay, so now we come to the lucky draw. Yes, okay. So, let's see, the first book we'll give away. Okay, sure. It's Karma and Reincarnation. So if you're wondering how karma works, do we really reincarnate? What makes that happen? So this is the first one that we're going to give away. Oh, okay. Okay, so we just drew 102 from there. So whoever 102, yeah. You just come afterwards, and we will remember. You can remember this is 102. Okay, what's the next one? Okay, it's being drawn right now. This is for affirmations for self-healing. Almost every morning in the monastery, we read from this and we use these affirmations, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful way to receive Swami Kriyananda's consciousness. So this is, whoever has number 11, this is affirmations for self-healing. Sure. Okay, who was number 11? Can you raise your hand? Okay, all right. Congratulations. And who was number 102? Okay, congratulations, congratulations. This book is number 72. Who is number 72? Can you raise your hand? 72. Okay. I see. Yeah, draw another. Okay. 42. Okay, congratulations. This is The New Path. This is the autobiography of Swami Kriyananda Ji. He tells many stories about Paramahansa Yogananda in here, because Paramahansa Yogananda did not write all of the stories about himself. So you will be able to learn many, many things. It's a very beautiful book. It's one of the things that brought Vineet, Brahmachari Vineet, on the path, is tuning into Swamiji's consciousness. Okay, well, of course, this is an important one. How to be happy all of the time. And so this is number 98. 98. Can you stand up? 98? 98? Ooh, okay. 98, okay. We'll take another one. 38. 38. Okay, congratulations. You are now going to be happy all of the time. Number 38. Very good, very good. And then, so this is the final book. This is, of course, Autobiography of a Yogi. What a wonderful book it is. It certainly changed my life. And this is number 81. 81. Who else? Oh, great. Great. Wonderful. So congratulations. And so now, before we have the chai, I just... Do you want to give those away? Yes. Okay, so we're going to close now. I want everyone just to visualize and feel. Please, everyone stand up. The beautiful energy that is in this room today, so many sincere seekers. Feel that energy within yourself. And then we're going to project that energy by rubbing our hands together and sending that energy out through our hands to the whole world. So feel that you are sending beautiful, loving, healing, peaceful energy to the whole world. Rub your hands, now lift them. And joy. I can't forget the joy. We're here for joy. And now, let's chant Om together 3 times. Shanti, Shanti. Thank you all. It's been a joy. Okay. Yes.
అదే అంతన్నా మరి ఏం చేద్దాం
You can 238 180.
Yeah, and there's that downstairs.
Yeah, sure. 410.